One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
I welcome each and every one of you to another episode of the Anxiety Guy podcast. Welcome, everybody. Today, we are going to be focusing on altering the old. Before I get into it, the Health Anxiety Program is now out at theanxietyguy.com. You can learn more today about this powerful 12-week program to heal your health anxiety today at theanxietyguy.com. What an important podcast episode we have today. And honestly, if I sound a little weird today, especially at certain times, know that I bit my lip about an hour ago, and it's quite painful, and it's affecting the way I speak. So I apologize beforehand if I sound different today, guys. You know, this podcast is about what to do as you're going through those moments of fear, okay? Because most people will divert their attention back to positive thinking, or they'll distract from their anxiousness with their phones, or they'll call somebody to help them. But those ways can help you to cope with the anxiousness, but it truly doesn't get us to a place where we are upgrading our belief systems from those of our childhoods, right? What we need to do is we need to upgrade our belief systems from the old to the new. So what I want to do today is I really want to focus on how you respond in that moment of anxiousness. If you've read my second book, F Coping, Start Healing, you are familiar with my term responding. Responding in the moment of fear, responding in the moment of hesitation, responding in the moment of deep sensitivity. That's where we're going today. So step by step, I want to go through this process. And of course, you don't have to go through every single one of these steps, okay? In fact, you're going to get to a point in this journey where you don't have to implement any of these. It's just totally natural. It's natural to be disinterested by the fears and to move your focus and attention to what's important in your life. Not the irrational and catastrophic stories, but your family, your friends, your career, whatever else it is. Let's get into step one. Now you're going about your day, and step one is problem recognition. Problem recognition. You can't change anything until you become aware of and associate enough pain to what it is you want to change. So you need to recognize that this anxiety is a problem, okay? Because that's a conscious act. The unconscious side of you believes that anxiety is right, in fact necessary for your survival. It's a protective mechanism. But that protective side that goes hand in hand with your inner child must understand that this way of living is a problem. That's a conscious act, because you don't want to be led by the unconscious sides of you for the rest of your life. What that means is you're basically living your life based on what other people believe, not what you believe. So warriors, you can't change anything until you become aware of the fact that you're going through a problem. Anxiety is a problem. And also what you want to do to make this pain even greater within you is to recognize, how has anxiety kept you away from doing what you want to do, being who you want to be, so on and so forth. The more pain you associate to having anxiety, the faster you're going to find solutions. So step one is recognize that this is a problem, okay, at a conscious level. Step two is awareness. You're going through the day, and now there is a recognition of what it is you want to change that is fueled by a certain degree of willpower. A certain degree of willpower. Willpower levels are determined by what you eat, how often you eat, and your sleep patterns. I believe it's very, very difficult to impossible to overcome an anxiety disorder without the right nutrition and minerals along with proper sleep patterns, because your willpower levels will be depleted. You won't be consistent in what you want to achieve, and if you're not consistent with these new habits, nothing is going to change. So step 1 is problem recognition. We realize this is a problem. Step 2 is awareness. Okay, we are aware right here, right now, that I am experiencing what is in line with what I deem to be a problem. I'm feeling anxious. Okay, and then we go to step 3, choice. Choice is important because anxiety makes us believe that we don't have a choice. This is false. This is like a cover being placed over your eyes, not allowing you to see beyond. Choice. The ability to choose an idea or implement a skill set in the moment which will alter your path from catastrophic storytelling to neutrality towards your fears. You have to choose. You have to choose. You cannot let your head choose for you. You cannot let your feelings choose for you. You cannot let your past choose for you. You have to consciously choose something different in the moment of fear and hesitation. You're going to have to sacrifice and give up the old to bring in the new, because the old is comfortable. That's called a comfort zone. The new is unfamiliar. It comes with uncertainty, and it makes you feel like you're going to do something wrong. Perfect. So step 1 is problem recognition, step 2 is awareness, and step 3 in the moment is choice. Let yourself know that you have a choice. You have choices. Step 4 is action, a behavioral response that aligns with your choice of perception. Yes, you can choose. Yes, you can have a new bright idea. Yes, you can do those changes at a mind level. But the truth is that if your choices don't align with feeling and emotion, nothing's going to change. You have to allow the heart to play the biggest part in your healing. And that comes from a behavioral response. You must enact a behavior that falls in line with your new choice in terms of what you believe. Without this, very difficult. You can't sit there in a corner and think positively. You can't sit there in a corner and focus on changing perception all day long without action. You're afraid of taking action. I know, I was. Maybe you did it once before and you say, oh, that should be good enough to end my anxiety. No, it's not. It's not. Because every time you take a new action, a new behavioral action, your inner child creates a tick, a plus, and says, okay, this person enacted a new behavior based around a new idea, and the person survived. Nothing went wrong. Okay, let's give it a chance. And then you must do it again, and then again, and then again, until it aligns with identity. I am this action. I am these new ideas. Your I ams must change. You can't just fake it till you make it. You have to believe at a heart level that this is who you are. You're not an anxiety sufferer. That's why I keep saying you are more than anxiety. You are beyond anxiety. Step 1, problem recognition. Step 2, creating awareness. Step 3, choose something different. Step 4, act in line with that choice. Step 5, a result is achieved. Result. Whatever the result is, that has come forward because of what you've just done shouldn't matter. What matters is persistence in this way of reconditioning until your new default ways of perceiving and acting become aligned with the real you. Don't be so concerned about the result. Yes, a result is achieved. Maybe you calmed down, maybe you didn't. Maybe you stayed anxious. It doesn't matter. What matters is persistence, and you can only be persistent based on the amount of willpower points you have, sleep patterns, eating patterns. So let's not get so caught up in result. Result is important for the long run, not right now. And finally, we have conclusion. This is an overall recognition from you in terms of what took place and how it was dealt with. The result we got and how we felt about the result. At the end of the day, the most important question to ask yourself is, did my subconscious mind inner child belief systems run the day? Or did my upgraded belief systems led by my conscious adult mind run the day? Which one was it? Was I led or was I leading? To eliminate the old, you must feel a deservedness towards the new. Not only this, as your self-worth grows, you must be accepting of your limitless inner capabilities rather than continue to convince yourself that it's just not possible. Becoming more than an anxiety warrior takes insight, courage, commitment, and allowance. Trust the path. You have to trust the path. Step 1 in altering the old. Problem recognition. Step 2, a higher degree of awareness when the problem arises. Step 3, choice. I want you to choose something new. Step 4, action. I want you to take action that aligns with that new choice. Step 5, a result is achieved, but the result is not important. Step 6, conclusion. Who ran the day? Unconscious, inner child, conscious adult mind. If you can listen to this podcast, when you listen to this podcast multiple times and you reel in these ideas, they're going to speak to you louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. Let's go there. Let's put the past behind us for good. Let's create the light within you to shine so bright into the world, into other people's lives. You deserve it. Other people deserve your healing. And I'll see you in the next episode. Any questions on the new health anxiety program, head over to theanxietyguy.com today and start your healing journey with me. Bye-bye.
One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.